when I went back to the Walt Disney Animation Studios, the very first thing, literally the day that Ed Catmull, who's my partner at Pixar and now at Disney, we walked in, the first thing that we did was to bring back hand-drawn animation to the studio that started. I always said the studio, it should be continuing this amazing art form of hand-drawn animation is a studio that started in the first place, the Walt Disney Animation Studios. So we asked back to the studio two of my really good friends, the directors of The Little Mermaid and Aladdin, John Musker and Ron Clements, and asked them to come up with some ideas. And they came up with this amazing new retelling, a twist on The Frog Prince. It's called The Princess and the Frog. It's coming to theaters this holiday season. And to tell you more about it, ladies and gentlemen, the directors, John Musker and Ron Clements.
Hello, John.
John Musker, and that's Ron.
I am John Musker. And in fact, I have the unique privilege, I actually went to school with John Lasseter at CalArts. I was in the same class, and in fact, here we are.
Here we are.
Let me, so see the guy up with the pencil in his mouth up at the top of there? That's Mr. John Lasseter up there. Menacing Brett Thompson, for those of you who know Brett Thompson. And that is me over there in the Steve Allen glasses. None of you who know who Steve Allen is, but if you did, you would know the reference. And then right there, that happens to be Brad Bird is right there, who did, this was during his Doug Henning period, for those of you who know, The World of Magic. It was, if you know Martin Short, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this was about 30 years ago, but so we went to school together, we shopped together.
That's right.
John put the stereo in my car, it's a long story.
Yeah, that's right, but it worked great.
And we're back together.
Yeah, we roomed, we shared, we had a suite together and we would cook all the time.
His specialty was tacos. If you guys catch him after the thing, he had a very secret recipe from his mother, I think.
Yeah, that's right, my mother, yes,
okay,
my mother's taco recipe.
Okay, so ask him
and
about it
loved
afterwards.
it.
Yeah. It'll be on the DVD extras, you'll find it there. So we want to talk today about The Princess and the Frog. We're very excited to have this. It's a return for us to the, it's been 4 years in the making. It's a return to the classic fairy tale. It's been a long time since Disney's done a fairy tale, and we thought it was about time, as did John. And so we wanted to give it a twist, though. We didn't want it to be sort of something we had done before. So we wanted to do this as an American fairy tale. And we set this in the city of New Orleans, jazz-age New Orleans. It's a wonderful town. It's gone through some tough times, and we're anxious to see New Orleans come back. Our story is set many years ago in the 20s. But John's favorite city in America?
Yeah, I love New Orleans. I've been down there quite a bit, and there's no more magical place on this continent. And so when they set it in there, because it has everything. It's got music, it's got magic, it's got the bayou, it's French Quarter. You know, it's amazing.
It's got all these cross-cultural influences from the Caribbean and from France and Spain and all that. So that is the setting of the movie. Of course, we did a spin on the archetypal elements of a fairy tale. We do have a beautiful princess. Our princess, her name is Tiana, but she's unlike some of these. Yes, Tiana, let's hear it for Tiana. Okay. She, unlike some of the princesses, is really not, romance isn't first on her list. Actually, she was instilled with this dream as a kid from her father to someday to dream big, open her own restaurant. She has this. She's grown up under tough circumstances. She overcomes a lot. In fact, her voice, of course, she's a dreaming girl, is voiced by a dream girl. It's Anika Noni Rose, who, if you've seen Dreamgirls, the one with Eddie Murphy, that's Anika. And if you saw The Ladies' Home Detective Agency, wonderful job, the secretary, and that, check that out, HBO. So she's our princess. Of course, you gotta have a handsome prince. We have one. Prince Naveen of Maldonia. Don't look for the country on any map. We made the country up. It does not exist. And voiced by Bruno Campos, who's a wonderful young actor of Brazilian descent, who you may have seen on Nip and Tuck. And of course, you got to have an evil, a wicked witch, and we have our own, except in this case, it's a tarot reading practitioner in the French Quarter, Dr. Facilier, who does these fortunes and knows a little bit about voodoo, and he is voiced by the silky tones of Keith David, if you know Keith David. So we're thrilled to have him. And of course, the great thing about this movie is we have an opportunity now to have all of them not only act but also to sing.
That's right. Among the many returns this movie represents is the return of the Disney animated musical that